Have you ever noticed how much of our life is spent worrying about things we can't control? The weather doesn't listen, people change, situations go wrong, and in trying to fix everything, we end up losing our peace. But true peace begins the moment we accept that not everything is within our power, and not everything needs to be fixed by us. Acceptance of what we can't control isn't weakness, it's the first step toward inner freedom. One of the most profound truths we come to face in life is this: no matter how intelligent, strong, or prepared we are, we cannot control everything. It's a humbling realization, and often one that comes after we've spent years trying to bend the world to our will, trying to make people behave the way we want, trying to force outcomes that were never meant to be, and exhausting ourselves in the process. We've been conditioned to believe that if we just work hard enough, plan well enough, or care deeply enough, we can avoid pain, avoid loss, and avoid failure. But the world doesn't work that way. Storms come without warning, loved ones leave, health fades, opportunities slip away, and no amount of effort or worry can stop these things from happening. What we fail to realize is that our constant attempt to control the uncontrollable isn't a sign of strength. It's a sign of fear. We fear being vulnerable to the randomness of life. We fear that acceptance means defeat. But in truth, acceptance is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the quiet courage to face life as it is, not as we wish it to be. When we stop resisting reality, when we stop arguing with what is, we free ourselves from a great deal of emotional suffering. We begin to shift our energy from fighting the world to understanding ourselves. And that is the beginning of true strength. The kind that doesn't depend on controlling others or circumstances, but grows from mastering our own mind and heart. Once we truly begin practicing acceptance, we start to notice a profound change in how we experience life. The noise inside our minds begins to quiet down. That constant inner dialogue, the what ifs, the should haves, the why did this happen to me, slowly starts to lose its grip. Instead of being caught in a whirlwind of regret and resistance, we learn to observe life with a calm, grounded perspective. This doesn't mean we become numb or stop caring. In fact, we become more present, more alive. We start to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. We accept that pain, loss, failure, and change are not signs that something has gone wrong. They are simply part of the human experience. The sun rises and sets, seasons come and go, people enter and exit our lives, and nothing stays the same. This truth, which once may have terrified us, now becomes the foundation of our peace. Because when we stop trying to control or cling to the ever-changing flow of life, we begin to ride with it. In this mindset, we no longer see obstacles as personal attacks or failures as reflections of our worth. We stop taking everything so personally. A closed door is no longer a punishment. It's just a redirection. A loss is no longer a void. It becomes space for something new. Even the most painful moments begin to reveal meaning. Not because we force meaning onto them, but because in acceptance, we make space to learn, to grow, and to heal. We become emotionally agile, able to navigate life's ups and downs with a steady heart. This doesn't mean life becomes easy. We don't waste energy fighting what is. Instead, we conserve that energy and redirect it toward becoming who we want to be in response to life. Acceptance is not the end of effort. It's the beginning of wise effort. It's the quiet, unshakable confidence that no matter what happens outside of us, we are in control of the one thing that truly matters: how we choose to live and respond from within. As we deepen our understanding of acceptance, we start to recognize just how much freedom lies in letting go. Letting go doesn't mean we stop caring or striving. It means we release the mental and emotional grip we have on outcomes that were never ours to control in the first place. We begin to realize that our peace was never meant to be tied to perfection, to other people's choices, or to everything working out exactly as we imagined. True peace comes from detaching our sense of inner balance from the chaos of the external world. This detachment is not cold or disconnected. It is wise and compassionate. It allows us to show up fully in life without being crushed by disappointment or paralyzed by fear. It teaches us that while pain is inevitable, prolonged suffering is often a result of our resistance to reality. And when we stop resisting, we create room for healing. We begin to trust the flow of life, even when we don't understand it. We begin to see that every experience, even the painful ones, has something to teach us, to strengthen us, and to prepare us for what's next. This mindset shift also transforms our relationships. We no longer try to fix people or expect them to meet all our emotional needs. We give them the space to be who they are, while also taking responsibility for our own well-being. We communicate more honestly, love more freely, and forgive more easily. Not because we've lowered our standards, but because we've raised our awareness. We stop needing people to behave a certain way in order for us to feel okay. That kind of emotional independence is rare, and it is powerful. It allows us to engage with life from a place of wholeness rather than lack. And slowly, without even realizing it, we become more resilient, more patient, and more grounded. We no longer feel the need to force outcomes, chase validation. We have the strength to meet it, not because we control the world, but because we've learned to control ourselves. At the heart of acceptance lies one of the greatest truths we can embrace. Peace is not found in controlling the world, but in mastering our inner response to it. Life will never stop being unpredictable. People will continue to change. Circumstances will rise and fall. Success and failure will both visit us at different times. But if we tie our happiness to things outside of us, to outcomes, approval, comfort, or certainty, we will forever be at the mercy of forces we cannot command. Acceptance frees us from that trap. It teaches us to root our stability in something deeper, our mindset, our values, our inner clarity. When we stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "How can I grow through this?" we reclaim our power. We stop reacting to life and we begin responding with purpose. Every challenge becomes a teacher. Every disappointment becomes a test of character. And every moment, even the painful ones, becomes an opportunity to build wisdom, patience, and strength. With this perspective, life becomes less about perfection and more about presence. We stop postponing our peace, waiting for a time when everything finally falls into place. Instead, we learn to live peacefully in the midst of the mess, knowing that discomfort is not the enemy, it's part of the journey. We become calmer in chaos, softer in conflict, and more confident in uncertainty. That is the gift of acceptance. It doesn't promise an easy life, but it offers a liberated one, where we are no longer controlled by what we cannot control. Instead of shrinking under pressure, we rise. Instead of fearing the unknown, we walk into it with open eyes and a steady heart. This is what the Stoics knew, that true freedom isn't found in changing the world. It's found in changing ourselves. And once we do that, no storm, no failure, no loss can take away the peace we've built within.